Hi, my name is Jonathan Gipaya. I'm the director of the Western Washington University Viking Band, also a local musician and conductor. This video is a behind-the-scenes look at how we put together this Daft Punk halftime show. The first part to putting together any halftime show is deciding what songs to include in the medley, as well as writing out the arrangement for the band. I decided to go with 3 Daft Punk songs: Aerodynamic, Robot Rock, and my own personal favorite, One More Time. A day or two was spent transcribing the songs on piano, and then writing out a generic lead sheet. This is to give me a basic outline of the chart itself, and for me to time how long the arrangement is going to be. I usually aim for a 5 to 6 minute medley. On the screen is a type of music notation software known as Finale. This program is compatible with both Mac and PC. After the lead sheet is finished, I will get to work on the actual sheet music. I typically write for a 24-piece pep band, which includes multiple parts for different sections of the band. Once the arrangement is complete, I extract all of the parts and make them easily printable for the band to practice and memorize. Finale allows you to create PDF versions of each individual instrument. Here's an example of some instrument parts extracted from the musical score. Rehearsals were held in the Performing Arts Center and usually conducted by Viking Band student conductors Heather Mullins and John Bash. A definite benefit to rehearsing early in the quarter was the amount of time we had polishing the arrangement, as well as incorporating different formations and dance moves on the court. Giving different sections of the band creative freedom to choreograph their own dance moves was not only rewarding to each individual band member, but it was also super fun. After a couple of weeks rehearsing the arrangement, it sounded so good that random strangers would dance during our rehearsal. Rehearsing the band is only one part of this whole collaboration. The second part to this halftime show was incorporating the drumline. Meet Christian Casolary, a great friend, talented musician, and the drumline coordinator for this year's Viking Band. He's a great composer of drumline cadences and was the arranger of all of the drumline parts to our halftime show. I sent him a finale file of the halftime music, and he started adding the drumline parts to it.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Christian has a great musical ear and transcribed a lot of the beats that Daft Punk used in their songs, but also incorporated his own groove-oriented cadences. This year's drumline has worked very hard since the beginning of the year, and they sounded great in all of the rehearsals and the show. The next step to complete this halftime show was talking to 2 very important groups on campus, the WWU Cheer Squad and the WWU Hip Hop team.
I think a lot of the preparation that we've gone through this year is creating some kind of choreography that kind of meshes the dance team and the cheer team and kind of the different styles that we dance into one thing that'll look good all together on the court.
We're really excited to collaborate with Viking Band. We haven't done this before ever. We've always just picked our music and kind of gone with that. So to get to dance with a band, their music, and to be able to collaborate with them and the cheer team is really fun. And a cool way to get involved more with the school, I think, too.
I've always had this idea of collaborating with these 2 teams in a future halftime show. I'm glad it happened this year. After contacting Missy and Danielle about the show, they are very much excited about the possibility of working with the cheer squad in the WWU Viking Band. The first rehearsal was held in the rec center on campus, and the choreography was taught by Missy and Danielle. The WWU Cheer team adapted well to this new environment, and they also showed why they're one of the best squads in the country.
I think the best part about performing at some of those games that are big are definitely how amped up the fans are, and I I mean, obviously, like, the dance team and the cheer team and the band, like, all help in getting that to that level, but, like, that's the coolest part for me is just all of the people, like, screaming and, like, having an awesome time while you're on the court.
There's a lot of crowd involvement and everyone's really supportive, and it's just really fun to like be able to go out there and show everyone what you've been working on for so long, and like the adrenaline is awesome. It's a lot of fun to be able to go out there and just like do what we love.
I think it's important to watch this because it's just a really cool collaboration between a lot of the groups, you know, that perform at the games during, you know, half times, and I think it's just kind of not historical, but kind of historical, I guess. Like, it's a big thing, it's a big deal that we're all collaborating for this one piece, and this is all that's happening during halftime, so I think it's something that you're not gonna wanna miss.
Okay, Bradley, you ready?
Yeah.
What was your involvement with this halftime show?
Getting all these guys together, teaching choreography, being hella dope at what we do. I just joking.
How long have you been with this group, Charlie?
This is my second year with them. Last year was the first year, and this is the second year.
Cool. How old are you, and how long have you been dancing?
I'm 15, and I don't remember when I started, but I caught on from watching Angelo, my uncle. He was in the short dress hip hop team, and then I ended up joining it, and that's when I started taking on choreography. But I started breaking when I was in 6th grade. I was like 11 years old, 12.
Nice. What is your favorite Daft Punk song?
It probably has to be better, faster, stronger, harder, blacker. There has to be one more time.
It's mine.
Something about us.
Oh my gosh. That's a good one too.
Yeah. Around the world. Really get love.
I don't know. Rock.
When planning for this halftime show, I'm always thinking of ways to improve upon last year's performance. Alongside the collaboration between our 3 dance teams, this year's highlight to me was a light show. Since Daft Punk is known for their elaborate live concerts, I felt it was necessary to try and replicate that experience for the people in attendance at our halftime performance. Kramer Elwell is a music composition major at WWU. He is also quite the genius when it comes to audio and lighting. He has experience working in the recording studio at Western and does work for the PAC Concert Hall and main stage.
Greetings, Viking Man. The lighting controller for our halftime show. As you can see, it's pretty high tech.
Yeah. What do we got going on the laptop?
Our control interface, our lights are here, and if you look just farther that way, lights there, and they're moving.
That is so rad. After a couple of hours setting up and talking through the light show, we were ready for our dress rehearsal with the Viking band and dance teams. Kramer, John Bash, and myself were the first to arrive and prepare the gym. I later met up with my cousin Bradley and some members of his dance team. We talked through what the itinerary was for that day, and I started to brief him and the team on our plans for lights. After the WWU hip hop team and cheer team arrived, Bradley proceeded to teach them the dance moves that would be performed together by all the teams on the court.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Carlton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Walk.
The dress rehearsal was long and tiresome. but everyone involved worked very hard at making this show possible, and it turned out to be one of the best halftime shows Western has ever had. A big thank you to everyone involved with this halftime show performance. It was great working with all of you, and as a team, we have produced something that we can all be proud of.
It's Charlie Brown.
Say hi back.
I think we're ready to go.
Can you see my green notes?
You should put them on Danielle's back.
Even I just have the question.
You're in focus. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that?
I don't know if I'm okay with that, Nick. I feel like I'm on like TMZ. I'm not comfortable with it.
You're not.